Hey guys, welcome to Simply FPL. Today we're going to go through a wildcard tip, probably the most important wildcard tip there is. It's something that everyone should be doing, and it'll help you get up to a maximum of £1.5 million in free value. It's not a cheat, it's not a hack, it's a perfectly legal strategy. It's one all the top players play, and I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how to do it. So just a few things you need to understand. So first of all, if you are new to fantasy football, you need to understand the way buying and selling players works in terms of how you get profit on a player. So to give you a real example, this last game week, Song was 8.9 million on fantasy football. So I bought him in on Sunday night, I think. By the time Friday rolled around, he was worth 9.1 million, and I sold him. So his price had gone up by 0.2 million, right? Now, the way fantasy football works is every time a player's value goes up by 0.2 million, if you sell, you can keep 0.1 million. So basically, you can keep the profit. If it goes up by 0.3 million, you just get 0.1. It's only when it goes up by the 0.2 that you get to keep half of the profit. So that's an important principle to understand. It's also important to know for this tip that you really need to wildcard early in the week. So the sooner the better. Like if you know you're 100% wildcarding the next game week, do it like the second Saturday game week transfers reopens. Just get it straight in there. And I'll explain the reasons why that's important. So let's just have a look at the next slide there. So FPLstatistics.com is a website which really helps with this strategy. So everyone should get this website bookmarked. Anytime you're looking to make transfers, you should just cross-check it with FPL Statistics. In essence, it'll tell you when a player is due a price rise. So they've got quite a good algorithm. It's not 100%, but it basically shows you, if you look at the target field here, the closer a player gets to 100, the more likely it is for a transfer. So looking here, you can see Bamford, 96.5% chance that there'll be a price rise. So in any given game week, a player can go up by 0.3 million. So it can never go up by more than that. So when I say you can earn up to 1.5 million, if all 15 of your players go up by 0.2 million and you sell them, then obviously you've got the extra 1.5 million to spend. Last week, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Son were the only two players that went up by 0.2 million. So it was quite a low week in terms of players increasing in value. But again, if you use your wild card like I did, that's two players where you're getting 0.1 million for free off each one, which in a few months' time, you might need that 0.1 million, that 0.2 million to make your team a bit better. So it's definitely important to do this. It also shows you the percentage of player owned. Now, the more that increases, the more chance that the price will go up. Similarly to the price going up, prices can always also go down. So on FPLstatistics.com, you can also check when the price is gonna drop. Now, the reason that's important to note is, let's say you've got a player that you're planning on keeping. If they're due a price drop and you've used your wildcard, you want to sell them on the Saturday or the Sunday, and then once their price drops, buy them back. So last week, or if you check one of my videos last week, I was talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was like 70% chance of getting a price drop. So I sold him when I used my wild card with the intention of buying him back. Now, he never actually got the price drop in the end, but if he had done, I'd have bought him back at a reduced rate. So again, check all your players on here for if they're due a price decrease. Because again, saving 0.1 million is just as good as earning 0.1 million. Same sort of setup here. It tells you the price and then also the percentages there, and also how many people own them. So just using that information on FPL Statistics right now, these are the 15 players you'd want to buy on day one. Now, one thing you want to know is you don't want it, when you use your wild card, if you've got a player you know you're going to keep, but his price has already increased, you don't want to sell him to swap him for any of these players, because the second you sell him, obviously you'll lose some of the price increase. So only ever play about with the wild card on players you know you're going to definitely not keep, or if you are going to keep them, you know that their price isn't going to change. Again, that's very important to know, because you don't want to sell a player that you were going to keep and give away 0.1, 0.2 million, because that can definitely happen. So yeah, that's a very important thing to know. So just looking at these 15 players, these are the 15 that it's predicting are going to have price rises soon. So if you buy all 15 of these players right now in your wildcard, in the next day or two, your team value would have probably gone up by about $1 million. Now, obviously, you need it to go up each player by 0.2 million in order to claim the profit. Although if you are keeping one of these players, it's good to get them early to not have to pay for their price rise. The whole point of this tip is to actually get the free value. Whereas obviously, if you just keep the player, you might not realize that value. So yeah, if I was doing my wildcard right now based on FPL statistics, that's the team I'd put in on Monday or Sunday or whenever you get the wildcard in, and just track it. The second that player goes up by 0.2 million, sell him, buy another one. Like, you can literally play the stock market for a week basically on this. I must have done 60 or 70 transfers last week. I was just going in every day, updating it to the players that had the best chance for a price increase, and then selling the next day if they might have gone up. That allowed me to have 0.2 million in free money. So if I hadn't have done that, just used the wildcard and bought the players I wanted to buy, my team value would be worth 0.2 million less. So yeah, so that's the strategy. May sound quite complicated the way I've just explained it, but it really is very simple. So maybe if you aren't quite sure, drop a question in the comments, or just rewatch the video again and just kind of practice. Don't be afraid to give it a go. As I say, all the top players are doing this. And you should too. So yeah, real quick video. Thanks for tuning in, and best of luck with your wildcard.